Months have passed since the Inquisitor received the gift. Acting on the witch's behalf, he returned to his post, keeping the gift a secret. Yet Ishield has left him, and Ranilde has been hard to contact. Meanwhile, Melchior's spies have discovered a great Erudeum, the largest ever found by the Church. It must be destroyed, for it spreads heresy and forbidden knowledge. Rainfried joins him, unsure how to balance this mission with the life he hides.
This region marks the first step of a maze, Inquisitor. The path to the Erudeum winds between Sonnan and Erdheim like a snare. Our armies got through with heavy losses, and the erudites have laid many traps.
It is only scholars. What harm could their traps do?
Ancient constructs guard their sanctum. Don't expect an easy way through. My spies will scout ahead. Meet me at the bridge. I should wait for the Inquisitor.
Once this region thrived under the Celestials' grace. Temples rose in praise, and the faithful walked unafraid. But when a purgatory appeared and silence swept across the land, no choir answered their pleas. Abandoned by those they worshipped, the people shattered their own sanctuaries. Now only ruins remain, desperate hands, broken faith, and a forgotten passage the Inquisition still uses to reach Erdheim.
Faith can only bear so much weight before it breaks. Is that? Feels like Ranilde's presence.
A surge of hymn tears through Rainfried's senses, sudden after weeks of silence. Ranilde is reaching out at last. The message hits him raw and unstable, her voice frayed with urgency. Whatever forces her to speak now can only mean danger.
Inquisitor, you must hurry.
Ranilde, finally.
The Erudeum you have been sent to is no ordinary one. We can't let it fall. It is the cradle of ancient knowledge, of truth. Thousands of scholars are trapped within. I can hold off the Church for now, but even my powers have limits.
Ranilde, she is there. I need to hurry.
Miraculously, a few places here survived the silence. And the heretics have seized them, erudites and gifted alike. They have made common cause against the church. They won't let us cross without a fight. My spies report a purgatory in the far west. Cut through them, and we can reach it.
You abandoned these lands long ago. Now you return to seize what is not yours. No more bowing to your towers and gods. Seligru no longer belongs to the church.
The surviving heretics are dragged before Melchior, stubborn and silent even under threat. Vegard coils around them, testing their resolve, and finds no fear. With a violent snap, the Draken crushes the last of them before a single answer can be forced from their lips.
That was hasty, Melchior. We could have taken one alive.
To what end? They would die before speaking. You saw it.
Fearless or not, a prisoner is still a lead.
A naive thought, Inquisitor. We have no time to drag deadweight behind us.
A rush of wind tears through the camp, heavy, familiar, unmistakably celestial. Without warning, a white blur of feathers and scales strikes at Rainfried as Ishild descends from the clouds. She misses, grazing only the side of his cheek. He knows he should run, yet he cannot look away. It has been weeks since he last saw her. She is still wounded, and his chest tightens at her sight.
I never meant to hurt you, Ishild. You have never been the reason.
You betrayed all we are, all that I am.
With a sharp beat of her wings, Ishild pulls back, not striking, not killing. Instead, she retreats back into the clouds, her still broken wing flapping unevenly. As the soldiers and priests cautiously rise from cover, the Inquisitor cannot take his eyes off the clouds, almost hoping she will dive down at him once more. Her absence cuts deeper than her claws ever could.
Wait!
We will buy every moment we can, no matter the cost. Melchior wastes no time. His agents seize the wounded, pressing for information about the path ahead. The only answer they receive is a grin and a warning. To strengthen their troops, the only way is through the void. Before the Inquisitor can intervene, Vegard strikes, its venom hissing through the air. Rainfried turns away, the bitterness of it lingering as the bodies fall still.
What? I thought the shield enjoyed a good bloodbath. Was it your weak stomach that drove her away?
Watch yourself, Melchior.
Careful, Inquisitor. Without a shield shielding you, you look fragile. It would be tragic if you died in an accident now.
The wounded scholars kneel amid the wreckage, pleading not for their lives, but for their libraries, their legacy, their home. They insist they know nothing of rebels or saviors, only that they wish to be left in peace. Rainfried cannot order their deaths, yet neither can he show mercy openly. He commands his priests to brand them with the sign of Ezra, a mark of sacrilege, but life nonetheless.
A soft touch, Inquisitor. Without your beast, you seem tame.
It's not your place to question my methods.
This fortress guards the only path ahead. We need to quickly take it. The defenders are scattered. The purgatory lies just beyond this pass.
Emerging from the void, they find themselves in the dark lands of Erudeum, a remote and ruined region. This is where the scholars guard their secrets, far beyond the church's reach. He feels Ranil's presence far and weak, yet nearer than it has been in months. The eye on his forehead flares, and he averts his gaze, hiding the pain from his men. He knows he must maintain appearances and wait.
A report, Your Eminence. Our forces have been pushed back from this region. Some of our soldiers still hold the front, but they're barely keeping the passages open. Focusing their strength on dividing our forces. Sly little scholars.
Huh? So we need to find a way through their blockade.
We regroup with the forces ahead. Let's move. I've been wondering, Inquisitor, why did Ishield leave you in Silbermarken?
You read the reports. She was wounded and retreated.
Yet you have been seen fighting. And your squire? Any reason why you sent her home?
Ishield licks her wounds. She is proud but will return. As for my squire, she's off to a better life.
Bless the guiding star. Reinforcements at last! The Erudites struck hard. Their constructs reclaimed most of the chokeholds. 2 of their camps lie just ahead, both heavily fortified. We can't break through with what's left of our men.
We'll clear a path forward.
Night settles over the camp. Rainfried withdraws to his tent, exhaustion heavy on his shoulders. Without Avin's chatter or Ishild's cutting remarks, the silence weighs heavy on him. He removes his helm only once he is alone, revealing the eye shaped by the gift, a secret he must keep hidden. For a moment he stares at it in the polished steel. Was it worth it? Rainfried wipes his weapon clean, the last echoes of battle still ringing in his ears. The gift pulses beneath his skin, volatile and difficult to restrain. In combat, it fills the void Ishild once shielded, but strength without control cuts deeper than intended. His priests whisper among themselves, uneasy at the brutality they've witnessed. Hidden behind his helm, Rainfried lowers his gaze, unsettled by a presence he can't shake.
Brunhild is reaching out.
Rainfried, you must make haste. I cannot hold the church back much longer. I've sent Hadrian. He slipped through the armies. He will help you understand the gift. Meet Hadrian in disguise. Your troops must not suspect you.
Huh. Clearer than last time. I need to find Hadrian.
You went pale, Inquisitor.
And how can you judge? Erdheim makes us all look a little pale.
We held this front line as long as we could, Your Eminence. When we pulled our wounded back, a number of erudites slipped through our lines. They fortified a barricade further east. Nothing we throw at it makes a dent.
We'll pry their barricade open.
Hidden among the flooded ruins, the Inquisitor discovers a lone constructor, an old race artisan kept close by the erudites. He has been repairing their constructs in secret, sustaining their defenses with techniques only his kind still remembers.
Stay back! I'm no warrior! You aid heretics. That makes you no different from them.
We can't waste our time hunting every mole hiding here.
Your Eminence, a letter has arrived for you.
The letter, written in Avin's uneven and hurried hand, speaks of her return to Hohenfels, a life she finds stifling and ill-suited after years spent at the Inquisitor's side. She misses their travels, their purpose, and writes that whatever happened in Silbermarken is no reason to abandon her duties. She remains his squire, she says, not the church's. Rainfried burns the letter before it can be found.
I know it hurts, Avin, yet you are safe where you are now.
I hope you aren't tiring yet, Inquisitor.
If you're here, then help me slip past the barricade.
And expose you? No. Too many eyes watch your every step. Ranield sent me because you're struggling with the gift. You wield it, but without control.
She left it with me and gave no guidance.
Cross the purgatory and meet me on the other side. I'll teach you to use your gift. Before the siege on the Erudeum tightened, civilians and elderly scholars fled here. This bastion is the last thing standing between us and the purgatory. If we're to pass, we have to take it. Adorable that you still believe you stand a chance against us. If you defend this place so fiercely, I wonder what secrets you hide inside the Erudeum.
The bastion falls. Among the ruins lie civilians and grey-robed scholars, people who never lifted a weapon, caught in the storm Melchior demanded. Rainfried feels the gift coil within him, wild and brutal in battle, now hollow in the aftermath. His priests whisper of his strange strength, and he whispers only apologies the dead cannot hear.
The path is clear. Come, Inquisitor. The purgatory awaits. Your Eminence! The way forward is blocked. An entire tower collapsed into the pass. Erudites brought it down. They've blocked our forces. A desperate move. Not even a siege engine could clear it in time. We need another way through.
This is my chance. I can steal away to meet Hadrian while the tower is being removed.
Rainfried, the church is almost pushed through Ranild's defenses.
Tell me exactly what am I meant to do?
Your gift lets you reach for the hymn to create a connection between both worlds. Find where the hymn is strongest, where it threads through the land. At those points, you can bind both sides together and create a stable path. I feel the resonating thread in this location. The Inquisitor should investigate.
So much silence. This must be all the hymn that Ranilde consumed to hold them off.
Inquisitor, at last! We need to evacuate the scholars through the portal.
Hold! Something's off. How did he get inside the barricade?
New church forces have just passed the barricade. Hold them off until the erudites escape.
Yes.
He's siding with the witch!
Stand down. This is your last warning. The scholars are through the portal. I must follow them, now. The Erudeum is lost.
Fear not. As long as even one Einformel exists, the erudite's knowledge lives on.
Why did you call for me? With your power, you could have escaped on your own.
Perhaps, but power alone was not what I needed. If I fled, I would never know whether you choose to stand by me of your own will.
You were testing me. For what?
Rainfried.
Rainfried hardly notices the light shift that already steel surrounds him. Melchior emerges with a ring of inquisitorial soldiers. He has been here long enough to hear far more than he should.
I had a feeling you'd lead me somewhere interesting. You hide things poorly, Rainfried. And the witch has a talent for guiding men to their own demise. I wonder what you are really hiding under that helmet.
No. Wait.
Seize them.
They barely take a step toward the mountains before Melchior's forces close in. The hymn prickles around Ranilde, and Rainfried waits for the strike she will unleash. Yet nothing happens. He searches her face for resistance, for fire, yet finds only quiet surrender. Desperation grips him. Confusion. Why does she not end it? A blow from behind sends him to the ground, and the world falls away.